It's all because of Jesus, he the reason I'm alive. I live by faith, by grace, you know that I ain't gotta strive. They told me, tone it down, I told them.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this breaking news segment
Breaking news.
of the Boat Parade podcast. We are your hosts, Jared Warren and Ryan O'Connor. Something wild just happened.
We are shocked, completely shocked.
There were rumors, but I wasn't actually expecting it to happen at this point. But the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Bruce Arians, just announced his retirement. That's how I felt.
I saw it. When it came up on my phone, the first thing that crossed my mind was like, how many more changes can take place to the Bucs before we start the season? Probably a million. This is probably just one of another 7 that we're going to have. But I'm completely blown away. I called my wife when it happened.
It was that important.
No, it was. I called my wife and I said, babe, as if it wasn't enough, our head coach is retiring. And we said, we have to get to you guys with this. Number one, to tell you he's retiring. We're completely mind blown. It's not that we couldn't have maybe foreseen it, but his timing on when he decided to do this and why is a little interesting. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I actually didn't know, and you were just telling me as we were kind of getting ready to do this. I did kind of think that it would be smart to pass the torch off to either Byron Leftwich or Todd Bowles, which is what's happening. They're appointing the former defensive coordinator, Todd Bowles, to be the new coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is awesome.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. And we were talking about how he was a large contributor, I think, to how strong the defense was, not only in the Super Bowl when we won the Super Bowl, but the season leading up to that.
31-9 against the Kansas City Chiefs, who did not score that little all year.
Right. It was an incredible game. We watched it together. And what blew my mind actually the most about this, what's happening right now with Bowles stepping in as the head coach, is that because Brady's coming back, our offense is great. Brady's going to have the offense firing on all cylinders.
And Byron's still the offensive coordinator, and he's amazing.
And Byron's amazing.
Both of those guys, Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich, were interviewing for other head coaching jobs in the offseason, right as the season was ending.
They knew this whole thing. I joked around and said that it was Bruce's last trick play. Like, they knew. I think he knew what was happening. I think he knew the timing. But here's the deal. Brady has the offense on lock. Now you're going to have a defensive-rooted head coach. It's just taking the Bucs to another level. I think the team just got better. I think anybody who kind of knows Bowles, has watched the history of how he is with the defense, knows that when he steps into the head coaching role, he's going to allow the offense to do what they do and focus on making the Bucs the best that they can.
That's what a good defensive-minded coaches do.
Yeah,
is they allow the offensive coordinator to do their thing, and they have their hands on the defense. My coach at UCF, George O'Leary, was kind of like that and let the offense do their thing, and he was always about the defense. So I have some hands-on experience with that. I've already seen some things on Twitter about Todd Bowles because obviously he coached the New York Jets for 4 years, and they're the Jets.
Not that they were great.
They stink. So they didn't do good, but obviously it's the Jets. I think that they're going to do well, regardless of who was chosen, Byron Leftwich or Todd Bowles. They're going to do great. And with a lot of the controversy that was going on around the NFL, with the Miami Dolphins coaching situation and potential racism things, I think it's huge to add a second black coach in the NFL.
It's amazing.
Chris Tomlin is the other Chris Tomlin, right? Tomlin for sure. Coach Tomlin at the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's phenomenal to have another person and be able to have that representation in the NFL.
That's right.
But not just as a cop-out of somebody that genuinely deserves it and is a good coach.
It's not because he's black he got the job. It's just freaking awesome that he's black because it represents Tampa Bay appropriately. Because
definitely.
All of Tampa Bay is about – we may have a boat parade just for the coaching choice, to be honest with you. We may just go out there, throw a boat parade. And, Tampa always, for me, is trying to be on the cutting edge in sports and getting to have a black head coach that is unbelievably talented when it comes to putting – defense together. We're going to see how he does. But I think he's going to be hands-off with the offense. I think he's going to play his strengths as a coach. And I think it's going to be this beautiful kind of collage between these two great men And we're very excited about that. And, I was reading just before we ran in here and threw everything together to do this video. It's breaking news, so some things broke when we were trying to set. No, I'm just kidding. But I was reading about how Bruce's timing, a couple weeks after they were eliminated from the playoffs, he was quoted, I guess tonight, he was quoted saying he knew that he was going to retire after they were eliminated from the playoffs this past season. But the reason he waited and chose this timing was because if he had retired right after the season was over, they probably would have changed the entire coaching staff. And he wanted, this is what he said.
Looking from the outside and not with the guys they had.
Right. When you're going to love this. And we talk about the boat parade. We're family guys. We love family. And we talked about last week, you guys are going to see this, about how players are people. They have families. So listen to what Bruce Arians says. He says that it's important to him that he's responsible for the players and their families, and he's responsible for who is coaching them. And so he didn't want to do something that was selfish and kind of pull the coaches they're familiar with away from them. He wanted to wait until it was the right time to leave them in good hands. He said that an important part of his coaching career and just his mentality is secession, is people that come after him. And so he was very, very strong-willed to make sure that the Bucs are taken care of in coaching. And so, Bruce, thank you for that. Thank you for having that mentality.
Thanks, Bruce.
With the team and with the players and the family. I know every single Bucs player is probably rejoicing tonight, knowing they're in good hands, safe hands, hands they're familiar with. And
I've already seen some of the guys on Twitter. Devin White, shout out, Get Live 45.
Get Live 45, baby.
That's his defensive coordinator. He's happy to be in there. You mentioned when the Bucs were eliminated from the playoffs, when they lost to the Rams 30-27, I believe. There was a lot of criticism towards Todd Bowles based off of the call. There was even some rumors about maybe the call being missed by some of the defense.
Yeah.
You can't determine and judge a coach based off of one play call in the heat of the moment of what's going on. I think that this was the right move for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bruce Arians, we love you, and thank you for everything that you did for the city of Tampa Bay. We're glad that you're staying on staff and going to be working in the front office. I mean, the dude's 69 years old.
I know.
Tore his Achilles
though,
during the year last year and was walking down the sideline with a torn Achilles.
Yeah.
Dude's a gangster.
And he loves football, and we now officially have the dopest front office in the NFL. And
Fact.
And we're excited to see how you do in that role as well, Bruce. And so we love you. We thank you for everything you've done for this city, and we pray that the years to come are even better than the years you've had. Thank you for leading us into a Super Bowl at home, the first that started the boat parades. And, man, I just got chills. And
I love it.
Yeah.
And now we look forward to Todd Bowles, leading the team, bringing home another Lombardi trophy.
Yes.
Bringing another boat parade
parades
to the great city of Tampa Bay.
That's right. Well, we love you guys. This was our breaking news update, coming to you as fast as we can get it. But, Bruce, we love you. Tampa Bay, boat parade's coming soon. We love you guys.
Peace.
Peace.
You know you can look me in the eye. It's all because of Jesus. He the reason I'm alive. I live by faith, by grace. You know that I ain't gotta strive. They told me